Okay, so I'm heading to the great state of Pennsylvania, and we're going to have a rally. A lot of people are outside, as you probably know. Many people, and it's going to be a packed house, as it always is. I don't know if you've ever seen a vacant seat for Trump, but I don't think so. We're going to have a good time. I don't know who's coming, but I hope you're coming. It'll be a lot of fun.
Why are you asking Don McGahn to decide on the breakfast scheme?
Well, as I understand it, they're doing that for the office of the presidency for future presidents. I think it's a very important precedent. And the attorneys say that they're not doing that for me, they're doing that for the office of the president. So we're talking about the future. Yes, go ahead.
What's your ruling about Judge Bates' ruling about your financial records and you plan to appeal?
Well, we disagree with that ruling. It's crazy because you look at it, this never happened to any other president. They're trying to get a redo. They're trying to get what we used to call in school a do-over. And if you look, we had no collusion, we had no obstruction, we had no nothing. The Democrats were very upset with the Mueller report, as perhaps they should be, but I mean, the country is very happy about it because there was never anything like that. And they're trying to get a redo or a do-over, and you can't do that. As far as the financials are concerned, we think it's it's totally the wrong decision by, obviously, an Obama-appointed judge. He was a recent Obama-appointed judge.
Mr. President, when you're reacting to Trump and Hamas, because you've been against people offenses.
Well, I've known him, and he's been against Trump from the beginning. He probably wants to run for some other office. I don't think he'll do very well. He's been a loser for a long time. Rarely votes for Republicans. And, personally, I think he's not much.
What do you have to say to Americans who feel that your administration is stonewalling all these investigations up on Capitol Hill? Why not let Don McGahn testify?
I think we've been the most,
I
I think we've been the most transparent administration in the history of our country. We just went through 2 years of Bob Mueller with 18 people that hated Donald Trump. They were angry Democrats, as I call them. We've been through it for 2 years. They spent almost $40 million on it. We had, I think, 500 people testified. We had 1.4 or 1.5 million documents. At the end of all of that, he said there's no collusion. Now what happens is the Democrats want to redo, and we've had enough, and the country's had enough. There has never been, ever before, an administration that's been so open and transparent. So we want to get on. What we want to do is get on with running the country.
Clarify your position specifically on the Alabama abortion line. Do you think it goes too far?
Well, I put out my position on abortion. You've known it for a long time, but I put it out the other day. You have it. I feel strongly about it, and all of that is working its way through court, along with the fact that the Democrats are talking about third term, and they're really talking about beyond third term, and that's a terrible thing. So with Iran, we'll see what happens, but they've been very hostile. They've truly been the number one provocateur of terror in this country, and representing their country, but certainly our country has been very much involved because we're trying to help a lot of people out, and I don't mind that at all. We have no indication that anything's happened or will happen, but if it does, it will be met, obviously, with great force. We'll have no choice. Say it? We've not talked about it. We'll see what happens. If they called, we would certainly negotiate, but that's going to be up to them. I'd only want them to call if they're ready. If they're not ready, they don't have to bother.
Will you continue to apply economic sanctions to Iran, or are you going to pause it and try and de-escalate tensions right now?
Well, we'll see what happens, but right now we have very strong sanctions. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think we're doing very well in Pennsylvania. We won it last time. The polls had us losing Pennsylvania last time, and we won. And I expect we'll win it this time because the coal industry, the steel industry, the car industry, they're all doing incredibly well. Pennsylvania now has the best employment they've ever had, the best employment record. More people working in Pennsylvania now than ever before, like in our country. So I think we'll do very well in Pennsylvania. Yeah, they'll appeal it. They'll appeal it. Sure, they'll.
What about there's another child who has died on the border, another child migrant?
Well, I know
Five.
this, that if you look at the border, and if you look at the fact that the Democrats are really making it very, very dangerous for people by not approving simple, quick, 15-minute legislation, we could have it all worked out. It'd be great for people, great for lives, great for safety, and the border's a dangerous place. It's only made that way because the Democrats will not approve any legislation. I mean, they don't want to approve anything, and it's making the border very dangerous.
What's being done to make sure these kids don't die, though? What's being done to make sure
Well,
these
we're
kids
working
don't die?
very hard, and I'll tell you, the Border Patrol people and all of law enforcement's working very hard. I mean, unfortunately, many of them have become doctors and nurses, and they're taking people that are very, very sick from a long trek up 2,000 miles, and they're doing an incredible job. Honestly, what should happen is the Democrats should sit down and make changes so that we can protect people on the border.
Are you going to approve the disaster funding bill? Are you supposed to vote on that, sir?
Say it again. There are no talks going on with Iran. I think Iran would be making a very big mistake if they did anything. If they do something, it'll be met with great force, but we have no indication that they will. Okay.
Are you going to approve additional funding to Puerto Rico for disaster funding as part of this package?
So I've given more money to Puerto Rico than I believe any president ever. They've gotten $91 billion for the hurricane. Not only that, our military, our law enforcement, and FEMA has done a great job for Puerto Rico, and I think the people of Puerto Rico are very thankful. We'll see you in Pennsylvania.